They dug for 100 years in the wrong place. Heinrich Schliemann was more than obsessed, he was consumed. The fire of his conviction burned so intensely that he saw Homer's words not as poetry, but as a literal map. In 1871, he arrived in Turkey with a dog-eared copy of the Iliad in hand, his mind already made up. To him, Troy wasn't a myth, it was real, waiting. He chose a hill called Hisarlik, and there he poured his fortune and his fury into the earth. Day after day, the sound of picks and shovels filled the air. Workers' voices echoed under the hot Anatolian sun, and then the glint of gold. Treasures emerged, diadems, goblets, a king's ransom. He uncovered massive walls, the skeleton of what he was sure was Priam's palace. When he held up what he called the jewels of Hele, the world held its breath and then erupted in applause. Schliemann had done it. He had found Troy, but he was wrong. So terribly, tragically wrong. He missed the real city by just 5 kilometers. A mere 15-minute walk over dusty paths and through olive groves. Think of that. A century of digging, a few thousand paces away from the truth. For generations, archaeologists followed in his footsteps, drawn by his fame, his finds, his compelling story. They, too, dug at Hisarlik. And they found incredible things: layers of ancient settlements, evidence of great fires and fallen kingdoms. But it wasn't the Troy. Not the legendary city of Hector's stand, of Achil's rage, of the wooden horse that doomed an empire. The real Troy was hiding in plain sight. It was a different mound altogether, one the locals called tragically. To the untrained eye, it looked unremarkable, just another hill, strewn with rocks and scrub, where shepherds grazed their sheep and children played. Scholars glanced at it, shrugged, and dismissed it as a minor village, a historical footnote not worth their time. They walked right past it, their eyes fixed on Schliemann's famous hill. But in 1988, a team decided to look closer. This time, they put down their shovels and picked up new tools: ground-penetrating radar, magnetometers, soil resistivity meters. They scanned, they mapped. They listened to the whispers rising from the earth, and what they found changed everything. Beneath that quiet hill lay walls of breathtaking scale, walls that matched, meter for meter, the monumental dimensions Homer had sung about. This was no village, this was the citadel, the true Troy. Yet the greatest revelation was still to come. This city was never truly lost. For 3,000 years, people had been living right on top of it. Modern houses stood where Trojan gates once rose. Vegetable gardens grew in soil stained with ancient blood. Children kicked soccer balls over pavestones that covered forgotten temples. An entire town with its streets, its shops, its daily life was built directly over the ruins. Families stored potatoes in basements that cut into cyclopean walls. They drew water from wells that tapped the same springs the Trojans used. The past wasn't buried deep below. It was the very foundation of their present. All that time, the answer was right there, beneath their feet, in the land they knew by heart. They just had to stop digging in the wrong hill, and finally see the one they called home. Next time you walk down a street, ask, what's underneath it?